What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now I know what you guys are thinking. It's Tuesday. Why are you filming on Tuesday? So, as I said, I think in my video earlier today, which was my Red Eyes deck profile, I said that this week was going to be a bit weird, to say the very least, and it's going to be. But truth be told, tomorrow my mom is actually heading over to San Antonio for a few days because she's been suspended for some dumbass reason. I don't know what the hell. But not only that, tomorrow at the time that this will be posted, which will be Wednesday, which will be when you guys will see this video, I'm actually heading over to my doctors to get my COVID booster shot. I know I shouldn't have said COVID, but what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, hopefully they have it. If not, then I don't know. But today's video, we're on the road to WrestleMania, baby, and yes, Royal Rumble is upon us. So I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for the Royal Rumble. The only thing though is that it's hard to predict who will win the men's and the women's Royal Rumble matches, so I'll briefly explain the rules and who could potentially be the odds-on favorites going into those matches. So we are going to get straight into it, starting off with the Smackdown Tag Team titles as the Usos will defend against the Viking Raiders. From what I know, this will be on the card. I don't know if it's true, or I don't know if they're going to scrap it and change it to another date. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the Usos defend the titles at the Royal Rumble. What's interesting about this is that the Viking Raiders a few weeks ago won a fatal 4-way match, which would determine who would face the Usos for the Smackdown Tag Team titles, and it was between the Viking Raiders, Jinder Mahal and Shanky, Los Soldadios, and of course the team of Mansoor and Cesaro, which I guess in a way you could say it was like mentor-mentee type of deal. So yeah, and if you guys notice the music in the background, I've got Zelda's Lullaby, the ancient tune version from Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Big shoutouts to the game. I've seen the gameplay quite a few times. I will watch it over and over again, and it would still be awesome. Because who doesn't love playing Zelda? You know what I'm saying? But it's an awesome song. Shoutouts to the person who actually posted it. Not gonna say names. Don't want to get copyrighted. Y'all know how this works with the algorithm. But what's interesting about this is that the Viking Raiders have won tag team titles all over the world, in Japan, in China, all over the world, even in NXT and over on Raw, but they've never held the SmackDown tag team titles before, and those titles right there would cap off a career that will be remembered as one of the best careers in tag team wrestling history. So, but when you think about the Usos, they've been dominant since they became champions last July, at Money in the Bank when they defeated the Mysterios for said title. So it's pretty crazy. It's gonna be a crazy matchup, but I gotta go with the Usos on this one, just because of the fact that with how dominant the Usos have been, I have never seen the Usos be this dominant in years. And it doesn't matter whether they're baby faces or heels. If they win tag team gold, they're gonna be stupid dominant, no matter what. So I gotta go with the Usos on this one. And speaking of the Usos, we got the Universal title defended as the head of the table, the self-proclaimed head of the table, Roman Reigns, defends against Seth freaking Rollins. I never thought that we would ever see this match again, because if you look back, to some of my earlier videos, I've done prediction. I actually did a prediction video for Money in the Bank back in 2016 where it was Rollins versus Reigns for the WWE World title, which was won by Rollins, but Ambrose ended up cashing in Money in the Bank to win the title, which was crazy. It was pretty nuts. And the funny thing is, when it comes to the battle between Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, Rollins always wins. So now with the Usos banned from ringside, the question remains: can Roman Reigns pull it off on his own? That is the big question that we have to ask ourselves: is can they do it? Can he do it on his own? And if you guys notice, I've got a French fry here. Shoutouts to McDonald's. My grandfather and I just got McDonald's for our family, so big shoutouts to McDonald's. Not sponsored, but never know. Never know. Anyway, that being said, truth be told, I think honestly, the rivalry with this matchup, this match has to go to Roman Reigns, because he needs to prove not just to himself but to the entire world that he can win the match on his own. You guys know, over the years, whether he was in the Shield, whether he was with his cousins, it did not matter. Every time he won a championship or retained a championship, he always had somebody to bail him out, you know, and babysit him, if you will. Whether it was the tag team titles, whether it was the United States title, the WWE title, it didn't matter. He always had to find a way to seek help, if you will. With the only exception though was WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. That was the only exception. Excuse me, because of the fact that it was Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the title, and Stephanie McMahon ended up interfering in the match, costing Triple H the title. So technically, Stephanie helped Roman, but that's like the only exception. But every other title he's held over the years, you know, ever since I started this channel, so he's always had to have help. So I will admit, this is going to be a very intriguing matchup, because if Roman wins and he does it on his own, he'll have earned it. He'll have earned it hands down 100%. But if he loses, what does that say about him? What does that say about Roman Reigns? It says that Roman Reigns cannot do it on his own, and Seth Rollins was right. Even I was right, and even I've talked about it, and you guys know I've talked about it on the channel multiple times, that Roman Reigns has to rely on the Usos, and this match will determine whether or not he can do it on his own. But as far as who I think is going to win, if you're talking history-wise, I would pick Seth Rollins. But if I were to pick, if I were to predict this match based on pure dominance, like who's been dominant, I gotta go with Roman Reigns on this one. But overall, this is kind of this is basically a toss-up. It's kind of hard to predict who would win this matchup. Next up, we've got the Grit couple versus the It couple, as the Hall of Famers Edge and Beth Phoenix take on The Miz and Maurice. It is a battle to see who is the top married couple in WWE. And it's funny because if you think about it, Miz and Maurice have done nothing but disrespect Edge and Beth for not just for being Hall of Famers, but for just being, you know, Edge and Beth Phoenix, you know, just in general. You know, they've done nothing but demoralize their careers, you know, saying that, you know, Miz and Maurice, you know, their careers were better than Edge and Beth's. But let's be honest, Edge has won 31 championships. Think about that. 31 championships. In fact, let's actually take a look. Let's actually take a look. I actually want to see something. I actually want to cross-reference something. So I'm going to go online. And then we're going to go here. And I'm going to try and see if I can find something. Alright, let's see. Let's go superstars. And I'm actually on WWE.com and also on Wikipedia just so I can cross-reference something. So I do apologize if this takes a while. But this is a pretty old laptop. So I do humbly apologize. But let's see. Let's see. If I can find... Here we are. Edge. So I believe Edge has won 31 titles in his illustrious career. So... if I'm right on that, I believe so. Okay, so it's not on here, so I'm assuming it'll be on here. Okay. Sorry guys. I apologize if it's taking a while. I was trying to find his accomplishments right now. Here we are. So let's see. Let me go on my phone. So as of right now, He's won the WWE / World titles 11 times. He's won the Intercontinental title 5 times. The United States title 1 time. The tag team titles 14 times. Yeah. So he's basically he's the third Grand Slam champion, 13th overall, actually. He's won King of the Ring. He's won Money in the Bank. He won the Bragging Rights Trophy with as far as the Smackdown brand in 2010. He's won the Royal Rumble twice. He won the 2005 Gold Rush Tournament. He even won the Championship Chase Tournament in 2008. He's won 4 Slammies in overall. One for Couple of the Year with Vicky Guerrero, if you can actually believe it. That was in 2008. 2010 for Oh Snap Meltdown of the Year, destroying the computer of the anonymous Raw GM. And then, of course, Return of the Year and Rivalry of the Year in 2020 with Randy Orton. So he's won quite a few accomplishments. Yeah, so he's won 31 championships overall. And that's a hell of a feat. That's a hell of a feat. And if you look at Beth Phoenix's accomplishments, let's see. She is a 4-time women's champion, former 3-time women's champion, 1-time Divas champion. She got inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017, and she won a Slammy for Diva of the Year. Edge got inducted into the WWE in 2012. Yeah. So overall, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 35 championships compared to The Miz, who I believe has won, what, 20? Has won, what, 17 titles in his career, if I'm right? I believe so. I believe he's only won like 20 championships or something like that. I'm gonna take a look. Hang on, guys. Here we are. I apologize if it's taking forever. Yeah, so he's won the... So compared to Edge, he's a 2-time WWE champion. He's an 8-time Intercontinental champion. A 2-time US champion. A 4, 6, 8. An 8-time tag and an 8-time tag team champion. Yeah. So 20 championships The Miz has won throughout his career. What does that say about The Miz compared to what that says about Edge? It says that Edge is always better than The Miz. So who do I think is gonna win? Hands down, it's got to be Edge and Beth. They have the advantage going into this match because they're Hall of Famers. They know how this business works compared to The Miz, who even though he has been around for a while, he still has a lot to learn. So I gotta go with Edge and Beth Phoenix on this one. Next up, we got Becky Lynch versus Doudrop for the Raw Women's title. This is a rather intriguing matchup because if you really think about it, Becky Lynch, as crazy as it sounds, as crazy as it sounds for me to say, I'm rooting for Doudrop on this one. I think Doudrop is gonna win it because if you guys saw Raw this past Monday, Doudrop's right. Doudrop is right. Becky Lynch is clinching onto the Raw Women's title to further, to make herself relevant. I think that's the case. And funny enough, I think Becky Lynch knows that her run as champion is on thin ice, and it's been on thin ice ever since she came back and defeated Bianca Belair at SummerSlam last summer for the SmackDown Women's title. Her run now is on thin ice, and Doudrop might be the one to break it. So I gotta go with Doudrop on this one. Next up, we've got the WWE title in a match I never thought we would ever see: the Beast versus the Almighty. Yes, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. It's gonna fucking happen. It is going to fucking happen. The Beast versus the Almighty. I never would have thought that it would ever come to pass, but shockingly enough, it's come to pass, and I find it interesting because Bobby Lashley compared to Brock Lesnar. Let's look at their accomplishments in the world of professional wrestling. Let's take a look. Championships and accomplishments. So, I want you guys to comment below who you guys think is better, Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar, based on their accomplishments. I'll start with Lashley, and then I'll go into and then I'll talk about Brock here in a second. So as far as Bobby Lashley, in his amateur wrestling career, he won the NYAC Christmas Tournament Senior Freestyle Silver Medal in 2001. He's won He's won gold for in the Armed Forces Championship freestyle in freestyle wrestling in 2003. 2002, he got silver in the Military World Championship in the Military World Championship and Armed Forces Championship. He's third in the USA World Team Trials Senior Freestyle in 2003. He's an NAIA All-American, 95, 6, 7, and 8. NAIA Collegiate National Champion, 96, 97, and 98. He's a collegiate. He won the Kansas Wrestling Coaches Association for Collegiate Wrestler of the Year. National High School Coaches Association Senior All-American. Kansas State High School Activities Association 6A All-State. State Championship and State Championship runner-up. MMA. Shark Fights Heavyweight Champion. XFN Extreme Fight Night Heavyweight Champion. Alabama Wrestling Federation AWF Tag Team Champion one time with the Boogeyman. Funny enough. Italian Wrestling IWS World Champion. TNA. Four-time Impact World Champion. A former King of the Mountain Champion. Former X Division Champion. TNA Championship Series 2009. TNA Joker's Wild 2015. WWE Champion once. Two-time ECW Champion. Two-time Intercontinental Champion. Two-time United States Champion. And Slammy Award winner for Trash Talker of the Year as the Hurt Business shared with Lacey Evans. Those are his accomplishments. And big shouts to every single one of them. Big shout out. No copyrights. Y'all know how this works. Now for Brock Lesnar. Look at Lesnar's accomplishments. His is impeccable. I'm actually going to go there. So as far as Brock Lesnar goes, he's an NCAA Division I All-American, NCAA Division I Heavyweight Runner-Up, NCAA Division I Heavyweight Champion, Big Ten Conference Champion, NJCAA All-American, NJCAA Heavyweight Champion, North Dakota State University Bison Tournament Champion. In MMA, as far as the UFC Champion, former UFC Champion with 2 successful defenses. And Submission of the Night against Shane Carwin. Inside Fights, biggest draw 2008, Rookie of the Year 2008. Sherdog Awards for Beatdown of the Year. Sports Illustrated named him Top Newcomer of the Year. World MMA Awards for Breakthrough Fighter of the Year. And of course, according to the Wrestling Observer, no copyrights. Big shout out, no copyrights, of course. You all know how this works. Best box office draw in 2008 and from 2008 to 2010. And then MMA Most Valuable Fighter 2008 to 2010. Guinness World Records for youngest champion in history at 25 years and 44 days. IWGP champion. Actually, a 2-time IWGP champion, 3-time OVW Southern Tag Team champion with Shelton Benjamin, Pro Wrestling Illustrated Feud of the Year with Kurt Angle, Feud of the Year with The Undertaker, 2003 and 2015, 2003 Match of the Year with Kurt Angle in the Iron Man match, Most Hated Wrestler of the Year 2018, Most Improved Wrestler of the Year 2002, Wrestler of the Year 2002-2014, ranked number 1 of the top 500 singles wrestlers on the PWI 500 in 2003. Rolling Stones, Most Unavoidable Face Turn 2015. I mean, it's incredible. And then, of course, WWE, 6-time WWE Champion, current champion, 3-time Universal Champion, 2002 King of the Ring, 2019 Men's Money in the Bank winner, 2003 Royal Rumble, 5-time Slammy Award winner. Hashtag of the Year, Match of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, Tell Me You Didn't Just Say That Moment of the Year, all for 2015. 2014 for OMG Shocking Moment of the Year, obviously the streak, of course, and then the Year End Award for Hottest Rivalry in 2018 with Roman Reigns. if you look at those accomplishments, who's better? Is it Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley? Hands down, not Bobby Lashley. Yeah. I was gonna say Brock Lesnar, but yeah, it's actually Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is better than Brock Lesnar on so many levels because of the fact that, yes, it is true that Lesnar is a 6-time WWE champion, but keep in mind the fact that Brock Lesnar, we don't see him compete in WWE that often, and we haven't seen him compete in well over a year. And you guys know, he left WWE in 2020 after WrestleMania when he lost said title to Drew McIntyre. So for him to come back as the WWE champion, that says a lot. So as far as who I think is going to win this match, hands down, it's got to be Bobby Lashley. Because if Lashley loses, then all the momentum that he's had since winning that Fatal 4-Way goes up in smoke. It goes up in smoke. So Lesnar has a lot to prove. Lesnar, he's got nothing to prove. He's already proved how dominant he is as champion. He's just holding onto the title just for fun. And with that being said, I gotta go with Bobby Lashley on this one. I think if there's anybody who can beat Brock Lesnar, hands down, it's gotta be the almighty Bobby Lashley. But with that being said, we move on to the men's and the women's Royal Rumble matches. Now, if you guys are unaware of the Royal Rumble matches and you guys are new to watching WWE, the rules are simple. The superstars who draw numbers 1 and 2 start the match. Every 90 seconds, another superstar enters. And this goes on until all 30 participants have entered. Eliminations occur when a superstar is thrown over the top rope and both feet hit the floor. Last man or woman standing gets a title opportunity in the main event of WrestleMania. So, when you think of the men's match, think of who's there. You've got RK Bro. You've got the Dirty Dogs. You've got the Alpha Academy, the new Raw Tag Team Champions. You got Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, 2/3 of the New Day, Big E and Sir Kofi Kingston. You got the Street Profits. You got the Mysterios, Austin Theory, Omos, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. Yes, I'm not bullshitting. And then of course you got Damian Priest, the United States Champion. And on the women's side of things, You've got the 24/7 champion Dana Brooke, the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, the Women's Tag Team Champions Carmella and Queen Zelina. You got the Impact Knockouts Champion Mickie James, and she's hell bent on bringing that title and her theme song on TNA, Hardcore Country, to the WWE. Will we see it? I want to see it. We even also have Summer Rae, and I never thought we would ever see her back after all these years. You've got Aaliyah, Shotzi, Shayna Baszler, Tamina, Liv Morgan, Naomi, so many others. It's absolutely insane. So the question remains, who is truly the odds-on favorite going into these matches? There really isn't. Because that we're just a few days away from the event, there's no way to predict who wins. But I think for me personally, I think the odds-on favorite in the men's Royal Rumble match has to be Omos. It's got to be Omos. I don't think there will be a single person that will be able to throw him out of the ring. Maybe Otis. Otis might be able to pull it off, but I don't think that's even possible. But if he doesn't, hey, you know what? Let's go for it. I would love to see that happen. But as far as the women's match, hands down, it's got to be Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair has to be the odds-on favorite going into that match. But that brings me to the question of the day. Out of all the matches that are on the card, what are your guys' predictions for this year's Royal Rumble. Let me know in the comments below, and that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more premium live event operation videos in the future. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have any fan mail you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.